Hi, Tiffany. Hello.
Hello, my love. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I like you blonde. You look so
Right?
fun in blonde.
I know.
Yes.
I love short hair blondes. That's like one of my.
You you look like you could be up to some mischief this weekend. Ooh,
Ooh, you never know. Let's have a
yes,
fashion
girl.
check. I want to see. Can you stand up? I want to show us what you're wearing.
Oh, yes, girl.
Ooh, yes, Spider Woman.
Yes.
Yes.
And a matching cup too. Yes.
Love it. Oh, how do you coordinate all that? Like, do you buy it all at the same time?
No, I bought it differently because I collect a whole bunch of cups, but it has the arms, see the hands, the superhero thing. Yeah, I have so many of them in my kitchen, and these ones I buy them separately. I didn't even know. I bought this a while back, and it was a little bit big, so I decided not to wear it only recently. So I went to the alteration place. They tightened all the sides up so that it really,
Oh,
really
okay.
fit me. Yeah, it fit me nicely. So that
That's
is
really
when,
nice.
okay, I'm confident enough to wear it.
Okay, I will show you mine.
Oh, yes, very naughty. I love it.
I know, right?
I love it.
I
Yes,
have, I still have my booty pajama like from from bed.
yes. You look like very much the anime version of Supergirl.
Oh, thank you. I love
Yes,
it.
yes, I like
The
that. Yeah,
anime
it suits
version.
you. It suits you. Yes.
It's very Tokyo, right? The anime.
Correct, correct. Yeah, and you would wear those socks that goes all the way to the knees, right?
Oh, yes. I actually have those. I should have worn them. I forgot. But I
Yeah.
have this to
Oh,
protect
okay,
my
okay,
protection.
okay.
So I have a
Oh my
what's
God.
your what's your before that, by the way, to all the watchers, I always say listeners because I have a podcast, but to all people who's watching us right now from all around the world, if you can type in where you're from, please comment. We would love to know where you're from. And please engage with us. We would love to have conversations with you, not just me and Darlene. And if you have any questions and anything, just type in the comment section. We
Ah,
would love to hear from you.
yes, we have Juliet. Juliet is from Australia, and Raman. Raman
Hi,
is actually,
Juliet.
yes, Raman is my friend from school when we were boys.
Oh
From the night,
wow. Okay.
from the late
Hi,
80s
Raman.
to early 90s. Yes.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, please type in where you're from, everyone. If you have, if you can
And
type in.
and there's a bit of history with me and Raman because we were very close and we both started falling in love and started having our idols. Our
Oh.
idols were born in our lives. He fall in love with Madonna, then I fall in love with Janet Jackson then. So that is how I fell in love with Janet Jackson. He fell in love with Madonna. And then we have this school extracurricular activity where I choreograph the Janet Jackson dance routine and we both choreograph the Madonna dance routine together. So,
Oh,
and
that's
he has
very
been,
nice. Like a
yes,
childhood memories. I love
correct,
that.
yes. And we have been friends ever since then till now. How long is that? From 89 till now.
Love it. Oh, we also have the viewers. Sophia. Sophia is a trans sister also for watching us.
Okay.
Filipina trans sister. Hello, Sophia. Hello, Sean. Type in where you guys because we sometimes we don't even know like where they're if they show up, but some people they don't show up. So type in and give us questions if you have any questions on any like conversations that we're gonna have from now on. And we're hoping to finish it like in an hour, hopefully.
Perfect.
So yeah, tell me about your outfit. Do you have a story about that outfit?
Well, this one is it's a very simple outfit. Um, that is not really something that I work on. If I'm working on something, it will be a cosplay, like a full on superhero from the comics that I wear. This is something a little bit simpler. I call this a casual cosplay. Like yours is considered a casual cosplay too, because it's not a proper
Full
Supergirl.
on.
Proper Supergirl
Mhm.
outfit is blue and the logo is
Yes.
red with the cape and everything, right? Yeah, since you and me, we are both very matching. We're both in casual cosplay together. Yes.
Yes, I love it. Casual cosplay day.
Yes, exactly, exactly. But just because we're casual doesn't mean that we're not strong. We're still powerful as our superheroes. Yes.
Yes, yes we are. And to some of people that probably watching this from my followers, my friends on Facebook, um, Darlene is a very famous cosplayer in Australia, and she's been featured on Mardi Gras and doing a
Yep.
lot of and also doing a lot of advocating for breast cancer awareness. And
Yep.
tell us a little bit about that.
I've been doing advocacy for breast cancer ever since my mom died. So that affected me so badly. Like my relationship with my mom haven't been close even ever since I came back home after I've been like we've been disowned for so long, and then I suddenly came back home and everything is okay. But still the okay for me is not enough because I want my mom to acknowledge and love me for me. And a lot of people told me it's better than nothing. It's better than to not be accepted, acknowledged at all. So I've learned to accept that, it's better than not being acknowledged. But still, it I just felt like I did not have enough time with my mom ever since I came back home. And then when she died, that is when I got so angry with breast cancer. Why did it happen to my mom? Why did breast cancer take me away from my mom? If there was no breast cancer, I think I would have brought my mom here and stayed with me for like maybe 2 months or 3 months and stay with me. And I want to show her that my life as a trans woman is okay. You know, it's not bad to be a trans woman. It's okay to be me. I think if my mom comes here, stays with me, goes out with me, come to my shows and just be with me, I think she would be cool and she would understand that it's okay to be me. Do you know what I mean? I did not get that opportunity, and because of that I got very, very emotional. I got very, very upset. And ever since then I decided to read up about breast cancer. Why? How come my mom did not survive? How come some people survive? So I've learned so much about it and I decided to do something about it. I decided to use my cosplay as a way to raise awareness for breast cancer. So the message that I'm trying to give out to people is when you take a photo with me in one of my cosplay, you keep it in your phone. So the next few days, when you're looking at your phone you're scrolling through your photos, and suddenly you see that breast cancer picture. Oh my God, yeah, I remember taking a photo with her, and she warned me. She told me to go for my checkup and tell my family to go for a checkup before I might even lose them. If we don't go for checkup, you could lose your partner, just like my mom did not. How it all happened was she found out there's a lump on her breast, but she thought, it'll go away. It'll go away. So she did not care about it. And then it started to hurt her bones more and more and more. By that time, it was too late. The cancer has gone to the entire body of hers already. There is no more hope. She was stage 4 breast cancer. So my message is to tell people to go for a checkup straight away when you feel something is not right. The earlier you check, the better it is. Prevention is better than cure, as they say. So the quicker you do it, the better it would save your life. Hopefully, you won't lose your mom like I have. And that is the message that I always want to give out every time when I do my breast cancer advocacy with my cosplay.
I love that. Like, and that's the reason why you're doing this cosplaying and and the parades that you participate, like Mardi Gras, and it's an amazing awareness.
Correct. I even did breast cancer, Wonder Woman breast cancer for Mardi Gras. So I got 25 of my cosplay friends, and we all cosplay together different iterations of Wonder Woman, different versions of Wonder Woman, because in the comics there's so many different versions, the movie versions, the animated version. So everybody come together and we get dressed together. We went to one of the big malls, we had lunch together, we got ready together, we did a photo shoot together, and everybody that come to take photos with us while we are in the city, they have to donate to breast cancer to have a photo with us. And they always ask why. So they started telling their story, why they decided to the people, the general public that came and take photos with us started to tell us stories to the cosplayers that were there. And those cosplayers came up to me, Darlene, oh my God, some of these people were crying when they told us that they lost their mom, they lost their sister. And when they took photos with us, we got emotional too. And then the cosplayers then knew how painful it is when I cosplay, because they thought, oh my God, Darlene, how could you do it? You are in cosplay. It's supposed to be a happy thing. And yet people are crying when they come up to you. And sometimes you cry too. How do you deal with that? I said, that's the way I do my cosplay, because I don't want to do cosplay for the sake of, hey, look at me. I look amazing. Look at me. Look at me. No, you have to do something good with what you have. You know, I decided to use my cosplay to channel this so that it's just not for the sake of shallow reasons. I want to do it for more than just being shallow. Do you know what I mean? You have a meaning behind your cosplay. You have a meaning to your life, you know? And for my meaning, for my from my perspective is I just want to help others to not lose their mom like I have. So that's what I've been trying to tell all my other cosplay friends. You don't just do it for the sake of look at me, look at me, look at me. Do it for a reason, do it for a cause, do it something that is very meaningful, that it's affecting you. Then you will be looked at as someone, wow, she's not only doing it for the sake of loving the character, there's a reason behind it. And that's a wonderful thing. I like to promote that too. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. I'm gonna show this image. It's
Exactly.
like you're powerful,
Yeah.
powerful message.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, and also you really shared all this stories from your advocacy on my podcast, Breakfast with Tiffany Show podcast. And I highly recommend everyone watching out to listen to those episodes because we did a 3 episode about
Correct.
your amazing life, and I want them to hear everything. So, but today we're here because we want to be visible, and
Yes,
it's and
visibility.
for yes, it's Transgender Day of Visibility, and I personally wasn't open and wasn't I didn't open to I wasn't open, I wasn't out publicly on my social medias s- um 3 years ago. It's just like recent that I started to really advocate for our community. And
I'm curious to know why some trans don't want the world to know they are trans. And you were in that mind space too for a while, right? Can you explain to us, explain to me why? Because I've never been that way. I've always been open about it. So can you explain why you decided back then, once you have your transition, you don't want anybody to know, even in social media? Why is that?
very good question. I love it. Thank you for asking that, Darlene. And the reason why, there's 2 reasons. One is after my full on surgery, after I did everything, I decided to um, made a different persona of me, like a total different person, which I thought like I should just be a woman. And the reason behind I did my surgery, my full on surgery, is because I want to be safe because I've had experiences in the past that um that led me into consequences that I almost got killed by this man that I met when they found out that I'm transgender. And there's also a reason for that because I didn't tell them in the beginning and all that, and I was still learning. And I know, it was me that I didn't tell them right away. And then when I did my full on transition, I before I did, I thought like it's the only way to probably protect myself back then, right? So it was back then. I thought like, and some of my trans sisters too, they were like, you should just go on full on, then you don't have to worry about, about that, and you don't have to tell everyone. And that's the persona that I made after my full on transition. And
So your trans girlfriends at that time also told you to not tell anyone? Did you ask them why?
I didn't ask them why, but it's like, it's more of like, anyway, yeah, like I actually, I didn't ask, but they were like, that's the only way you should do it, and for me, of course, I was innocent. I was just like, okay, if that's the only way for my safety, then I should just go on. And plus, of course, I want to complete myself as a woman, and I wanted to be a woman, right? um but if that happened now, it could have been a different story, because yeah, I would probably do it, because it was really the hardest decision that I had in my life, that I don't know what's going to happen after. So yeah.
Yep. So what made you decided 3 years ago to flip, to suddenly decide, okay, today I decided I want to come out and tell people that I am this. What made you decide that?
Another great question. The reason why I decided to come out and be advocating for our community is, it happened.
We're talking about, I was asking you,
Hmm.
how come when you told me that the trans community there, the
Hmm.
Japanese ones or the Filipino ones, you knew there were so many of them, but they did not want to be acknowledged as the trans woman. Like I'm shocked. Like, why? Did you ask them why?
Um, I think a lot of it also is the same thing as what happened to me, right? I think it's for their own safety. For Japanese people, I think it's more on their status. They don't want to be out, and probably not to be able to get a job, not to be able to have friends, or even their families, because once they come out, they're probably not going to be accepted. So for them, it's too risky to do that. And I've interviewed a few Japanese, not just transgender, but also part of the LGBT. There's so
Yeah.
many LGBT in Japan that they don't want to come out because of those reasons that I just mentioned.
So they think being LGBT is not safe in Japan.
It's not just safe. It's not like, I think it's more on acceptance. It's not accepted yet.
Oh, but if they look like a female, nobody will know the difference. Even if they tell, people would be more accepting of them than the ones that don't look convincing, right?
Totally makes sense. But I guess I have a few transgender friends who's not out, Japanese or Japanese, and they don't want to. They don't want to come out.
Wow.
They prefer that. They prefer the lifestyle of being just a woman.
So basically, today, they just ignore what today stands because they don't want to be a part of it. It's
I
sad.
think so. It is sad.
That is,
Yeah. I
yeah, that is
I
really sad. We're supposed to be visible today. I guess the ones like you and me and the rest that are accepting of who we are, who we truly are, well, can I say they are truly who they are too by not acknowledging that they are biologically, a trans woman, or do they how do they see themselves? They see themselves as females. So I'm not trans anymore. I've gone for my sex change. So I'm not a girl. So I should not celebrate the trans visibility. So because I'm not trans anymore, that is sad, isn't it?
I think so, and I understand your point of view too, because now, of course, I'm out. I want to celebrate this every day, not just today. But when I was in that position of not out yet, I I I'd rather not I'd rather not people know that I am trans. But I felt that worry every time. You know, like it's always on my back. I worry about like what do they look about? Did they find out about if I'm a trans? I have that a lot of worries in me that is I don't have
Okay.
right now. I don't have to. I don't have to have that right now. Right. That's why I
Yeah.
love out being out because I don't have to worry about if whatever they think about me.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't.
So
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I go out of my house and I have it on my forehead that I'm trans. No.
exactly.
No. You know what I mean? When I go
Yeah.
out of my house and I'm going to the mall, buying food, but nobody knows nothing about me. They just see a girl. And because that's how I live my life, you're just a girl. Do you know what I mean? If
Mm.
I'm going to have any communication with people, like any if I'm going to start a friendship or start a relationship, start working together, anything that involves an involvement between me and another person, then I would tell. I will not tell my shop person that I buy my food regularly or the hairdresser that I buy my hairspray all the time.
Yes.
I don't say nothing to them. But because I've been on TV a few times, I've been on magazines and newspapers, they found out, like one of the coffee place that I go to, they found out a few years ago. They said, "Oh my God, darling, I saw you at Mardi Gras. You are amazing." I was like, "Oh, okay. You find me amazing? Yes, you're amazing. Your costume was amazing. You are amazing." I said, "Okay." And then that was at the place where we were ordering food and there was a queue behind me. So I didn't want to say nothing because the queue was still going. So I quickly ordered, I quickly sat down. And then there were more people that were when when she came to serve me her food, I pulled her hand a little bit on the side. "So if you know that I'm in Mardi Gras, so you are cool with me as a trans woman?" She says, "Yes, you are amazing. You should be proud of yourself." I said, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that you are cool with it." And she asked me, "Are you afraid that I would not be okay with it?" A little bit. That's why I never tell anybody anything until people bring it up. Then I would say
Mm.
something. As long as nobody says anything, I'm not going to instigate. You know what I mean? It could cause a lot of problems. I would rather you bring it up to me, then I would acknowledge it, of course. She said, "Yes, I show the video to all my friends, and we all love you. We all think you're amazing." Oh my God. After that, she said, "All right, I'll talk to you later." Yeah. I said, "Thank you so much." So when she left and started working, I was trying to eat my breakfast. My eyes was in tears because I was so happy that the people that work here are cool with me. But I was wearing my glasses, so they did not see my tears. But I was like in tears. I was the relief is so I was like it felt so good. It made me just want to go to their shop all the time because I feel safe being there. Do you know what I mean? It's so wonderful. And that is how people know about me from there. I'd rather they know it that way than me outing myself into their faces because they might not be able to accept it. If they bring it up, that means they have some level of acceptance. That's why they are cool enough to say it to me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And I love the
Mm.
fact that this kind of stories are so important to. I'm really happy to hear that, and you thank you for sharing that. And
Have you gone through
because
something like that yourself?
um, I want to. I'd rather share this story of um when I wasn't out yet, and then when
Yep.
people trying to find out, like like when they wanted to know, like, are you transgender or like something like that. When they you don't even know them, but they come up to you, and I always feel that weird feeling of embarrassment because I don't want to be out. That's why when they kind of like, oh, they found out I'm transgender. Like I always had that feeling before. Now, of course, I don't have that anymore. But before,
If people ask, "Are you trans?" It's okay to ask that question. But the moment they start being, "Excuse me, are you a man?" I cannot accept that. I cannot accept
yes,
that. A lot of people are so ignorant, and especially when you are in a group of trans, when you are in a big bunch, you get sprung. People will find out because you're being loud, you're together, you're in a bunch. People always can tell when you are in a big group, and they start asking, are you a man? I said, do I look like your father? Do I look like your brother? Do I look like your male? Do I look like your co-worker? Do I look like a guy? Where is it a part about me that's a man? Show me. Where? So why do you ask me that question? Do I sound like one? Do I have a beard? What is it? I'm so angry. But that was a long time ago when that happens to me. Ever since then, it hasn't happened at all. I'm so happy because as you age, you become more confident as a woman. You carry yourself like a woman, and it's second nature. You just live your life, live your truth. You're just a woman. So nobody even think that because the vibe you put out, you're just a woman. So the vibe people catch back, it's a woman. Unless you are in a group, and that cannot be helped. People will start asking all kinds of questions. I just hope with all the visibility that is going on right now, and the trends has really, really becoming more and more mainstream. I just hope when people approach the trans community in the world, they would not say, are you a man? I really find that very, very painful, very disrespectful, and it hurts. It just ruins my day when someone say that. It totally ruins the entire day. And I will just completely forget what I was supposed to do on that day. I remember that one time. I completely forgot what I was supposed to do because I was so distraught. I took an Uber, I got home, and the moment I was opening my door, I was already crying. And I took my makeup off and I just made myself a cup of coffee. I just sat on the TV and just watched TV and I did not feel like, I just felt like I don't want to live anymore. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. It would affect you so much, you know? And I thought, and then after that, how I recover is I would watch stuff that makes me laugh, stuff that makes me happy, stuff that I watch trans documentaries. So when you watch those things, it helps you to uh, repair back the wire that was a little bit wonky at that moment. It helps to repair my mindset. It helps to repair me emotionally. Because all those documentaries, towards the end of any of those trans documentary, it's always so positive. It's always so supportive. So when you listen to positive things like that, it starts to repair your heart. It makes you feel a little bit better. Then I felt, okay. So the next day when I wake up, I felt much better. You know, and I still have that a little bit of a taboo to go to that same spot again because I was afraid if I walk there again, somebody might ask me that question again. So I decided to walk a different way.
Different way,
You
different
know,
route.
yeah, because of that fear that someone would say something so derogatory to me. I don't think I can deal with it if it happens again and again and again. When I was younger, yes, you are in transition, so you don't look like a full female. So you get that all the time. And I thought I should be able to get used to it by now because you used to get it all the time. But now that I feel I'm more complete as a woman, I think that is very derogatory for me personally. Do you know what I mean? Do you feel how I feel too?
Yes, I totally agree with everything you just said. Another another powerful statement there, Darlene. I love that you shared about the this experience because this experience is so important to let people know because it's their um, ignorance, right? Like,
Yes.
and
Yes.
they don't know the fact that when they tell that to a person like us, it's very traumatic, and that's how we experience. It's very traumatic for us, right?
Yes.
And it is, and I like the way um, you you respond to that kind of situation though, because for me back then, I couldn't even like speak. I was just like, no, and then I'm just like, leave them and leave me alone. And then of course, my healing is different from yours. I love the way you heal yourself because you listen to positivity. Back then, how I heal myself is I would just go out drink and like forget about it. I'm just gonna drink alcohol, whatever, and just have fun. But then again, this kind of situation didn't happen only once to me. Like it happened quite quite, you know, a lot, that it builds like this big, you know, like anger and trauma and fear, and you know, so because that's when I realized that alcohol really doesn't really help me at all, when I did my transition. So I love the way how you responded and how you healed yourself after this kind of, you know, situation happens. And we want our trans sisters to know like how to respond, how to heal ourselves, and also it's important to share to people who like. I think now it's less gonna happen because we have the
Oh,
pronouns
it
now,
still
like the
does.
terms.
Oh, it still does.
Mm,
It
mm,
still
mm,
does.
mm,
Trust me, it still
mm,
does. No matter how the visibility is more mainstream right now about trans, but in everyday life, people, we are still being discriminated front, left, right, center. Still, still, because there are so many, no matter how you can see it on TV or whatever, that's not going to change how someone who's been brought up so straight and so religious, they're not going to change their mind. So what? That's how they think. They just don't care. Not to me. They're just men. They are just men. They are biologically male, and they just men to me, and that is so offensive. So that is still at large right now. We just have to do our best to
mm,
avoid having contact with such people.
mm,
It's hard to find out who is like that, who is not. We have to navigate our lives the best way we know how to make ourselves feel validated as who we are. You know what I mean? Without getting all that hurt. Oh my God, it just hurts, every now and again. I go through that too. Even now, I still do. You're rejected because you're trans, because even in the cosplay world, right? There are some people that are so embarrassed to stand with me because they're afraid their friends might think, oh, you're with her. Ooh, you're with someone who's not even a female. Ooh, they're embarrassed to stand around with me. When we're at the convention, we hang out together. They're not going to hang around with me because they feel uncomfortable to be with me because I'm trans. Before they found out I was trans, everything was peachy, everything was cool. Oh, Darlene, Darlene. The moment they find out, they felt a bit weirded out just to hang with me. So I still cop that nonsense till this very day. So do we say that it's getting better? Yes. But in reality, it's still there. The taboo of transgender is never going to end. If it's a
mm,
gay person, it's easy. A gay man is still a man. It just looks like a guy. No one can say it any difference. But a trans woman, once you're being outed, to them, ah, that's a man. That's a freak. Look, look, they point, they point, they point. Do you know what I mean? So that is still at large right now. And all we can do is try to promote visibility by doing this, by talking about
mm,
it, by
mm,
addressing it, by educating people so that they would understand. Don't do that. Don't
mm.
do that. If you don't want people to hurt you, then don't hurt other people. Simple. It's basic. You know?
And exactly, I love that. And we're just human beings, just like them, right? At the end of the day,
Exactly.
yeah, we don't. That's why I love having conversations with you every time because I always learn a lot from you too. And yeah, and I want to this since it's today is a Transgender Day of Visibility. I want to pay respect to our fellow trans sisters who made it um, um, ever since, you know, like back in the 80s. There was this there were a few like really got really famous, and one of them was Caroline Cossi, right? Cossi Tula. She's an
Tula.
amazing yeah, Tula. She was an amazing model who made her career through modeling. Became one of the top models. Not people knowing that she was a transgender, and then she was also part of one of the James Bond movie, and also she did a cover for Playboy magazine. And
Yeah.
and her advocacy is amazing. I remember back in that days, I think I was still transitioning from. I was still. I just thought. I think I was just here in. I just arrived here in Japan. I was still doing Showgirl, and I probably didn't have. I mean, I didn't do the complete surgery yet. But when I found out about her on the internet, I thought, wow, like like uh, she's amazing, and I didn't know the story behind it, so I was able to look and um, research all of what happened after. I didn't know that she was outed by the media. I thought
That's
like she,
horrible. Yes.
I know. See, I thought like she came out to have the publicity. That's what I thought like back then, right? But then like when I found out all that her about her story, that she said that the media outed her. That's why she used that for good to be out and share her story, which was I think amazing because back then no one really heard about they call it transsexual back then, right? And it's our generation.
Transsexuals. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's really advocating for transsexual people and did a lot of did appeared on many afternoon shows in America and in the UK, um, telling educating people like a live audience, educating people about all this ignorant people doesn't even know what a transsexual means, and she
Even those hosts were so ignorant with the way they asked the
yeah
question, and the
yeah
way they were replying to what she answered, the way they say it, their mindset is so derogatory. She did not get mad. She actually explained more facts. She actually explained more and more and more. Like it blew their mind. At the end of those interviews, it blew all their minds, and they all applaud Tula for being true to herself, for managing to explain how she is, why she is the way she is, how she feels on the inside deserves to be shown on the outside too. So I'm so proud of her for doing that. And the other thing I'm extremely proud of her was her partner. Her partner was interviewed by
yes
Shirley.
yes
Shirley was so rude, but he totally killed everything that she said, everything that she said in a very, very factual manner. It's like, so she's my woman. I love her. She's a beautiful woman. And that's all that matters. That really, really shut her up, shut Shirley up, which I like because the power that he has, because of the level of acceptance he has for her, the love he has for her shine through what
mm,
Shirley was trying to say, which is so derogatory. It actually dampened Shirley off completely after that, which I love. And they both answered all the questions. They didn't get upset. They didn't get angry. They were
no,
so
not at all. Yeah.
graceful. They were so classy, but yet they hit it every single time on the nail. They hit it on the head. Do you know what I mean? And I love that about them. And the best part is they're still together till now. They are still together
Exactly.
to this very
I know.
day.
And
I
that
have
was
so
like
much
what
respect for them.
that was like 30 years ago, right? 30 or 40 years ago.
Yes.
It's
I'm blown away
crazy,
by
right?
that. I'm so like blown away by that. And the other person that nearly got outed is Nikki Tutorials.
Oh, Nikita Drago. No, oh, the other hair makeup artist.
Nikki Tutorial is from Europe. I think
Yes, yes,
she's
yes,
from Sweden. Yeah, she
yes.
nearly got outed. Instead, she out herself in social media. And when she
Mm.
out herself, she told the whole story and she cried. You know,
Mm.
she says, if anybody that's supposed to out me, it should be me and not anybody else. That is
Exactly,
that's
exactly.
just nasty. That's just nasty. Yeah. So
Mm. Mm.
I have so much respect for her, and now she's got her own makeup label. I'm
Mm.
so proud of her. And so many celebrities went up to her show to be made up by her and to have their makeup together with her. So many celebrities are loving the trans community. And that make me just love these celebrities more. They just so like Adele, Gaga, oh my God, Naomi Campbell. just to name a
Mm,
few. They love the trans women, you know,
they
and Kim
do.
Kardashian. They're just big. They're big, big, big. But yet they
Mm,
love the trans women. I was like, wow, I didn't know these people would accept trans until I see it for myself. That they are there with her having giggles and don't even talk about her being trans. They just see them as a girl, which everybody else should. And that makes me so happy to see that. Do you know what I mean?
mm.
The few
Yes,
trans sisters that have made it big make me feel so proud as a trans woman. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah, like that's why we're really like grateful for what Caroline did, Tula did for us, and
Correct.
we want all our trans sisters to know about her because she is one of the pioneer of being out and proud and sharing our story, and
Yep.
that's the beginning of everything. And
Yeah. Her YouTube
uh,
channel has got all these long interviews and they are painful to watch. The people
mm,
that
mm, mm,
interview
mm.
them are just they're just
It is.
painful.
It
Yeah,
is.
the
Yeah.
way they ask, I think how they ask is exactly how we get asked when we're in public. It's only
Mm,
fair. It's only
mm,
fair, you
mm,
know?
mm, mm,
Except
mm,
that we get asked that all our lives by all these
mm,
narrow-minded straight people. That is
mm,
how they ask questions at us. They ask us exactly like that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why the way she responded, which is very like not triggered, not like she's the way she responded like very eloquently is is so amazing. And imagine like that's like the 80s and the 90s and
Yes,
not even right. Now of course we know how to um we can't we know how to respond, and we can't be probably triggered because it's been talking about it. It's been an like so much awareness going on now. But then back then no one, she's probably the only person doing that, so i
correct,
really
correct.
i really applaud, and I am grateful for the amazing work that she did. And I am so happy that she's still with her amazing husband who supported her. And not
Yes,
just her husband, by the way, her sister and her
her
mom,
sister
like the
loves her so
family. I
much.
know.
Yes.
It's such an
And
amazing, I think. I
and
think
and
all.
and also Shirley was asking her sister, right? Like what do you think of your brother wanting to become a girl? It's so derogatory to even ask that question. And what did the sister say? I'm sorry, she's my sister. I see her as a girl. She'll always be a girl to me because we she's so girly. She's more girlier than me. She even said that. And after all the sister said on the phone to Shirley, Shirley just okay. Shirley got put down straight away by that. Do you know what I mean? It's so derogatory the way she asked, you know. How do you accept when he wanted to become a, you know, it's just so derogatory. But the sister even know how to answer so well. It shows how much the sister loves her. That is
mm,
such a
mm,
beautiful
mm,
thing, right?
I think so too. Yeah, I think also because she had that support from her family and her husband. That's why she's so strong that
Yes,
she doesn't feel triggered with anyone because
correct.
she has all these people that supports her. And that's why it's always important to have your peers with you. Always have people that love and support you, because we can't do it on our own. We can't be
No, we can't.
that powerful. We can't, right? That's why I
Yep.
love being with
We
you. I
can
love.
be strong.
Mm,
We can say that we are strong. We have to be strong. But we're only human at the end of the day. We do get hurt too. It's
yeah, we're
nice to
very, yeah.
know that to have someone that you can actually talk to fall back
Mm,
on, a shoulder to cry on would be nice.
mm,
Do you know what I
mm,
mean?
mm,
Especially another trans sister that understands us. But not a lot of trans sisters are like that with each other, unfortunately. They're too bitchy with each
mm,
other and too fake and too pretentious. It's too
mm,
hard to have a
mm,
trans sister that has time to be there for you. Unfortunately, it's hard. If any other trans sisters out there in the world that has a close trans sister with you, you are so lucky. I don't have
mm,
one
mm,
because most of my trans friends here in Australia, we all live our own life. We are so busy trying to survive all on our own. that it's hard for us to have time for each other. Once in a while, we might meet and say hello. We might meet and go for lunch. We might go and have coffee. Once in a while, we have a nice, decent, long conversation on the phone. I'm grateful for those. Better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And ever
totally
since
agree.
and ever since Clark introduced me to you, I feel like I have you as a sister, which is so wonderful. And I'm so
Yes, I
glad to
know.
be talking with
And
you right now.
I know. We became like really bonded like after Clark, which I'm grateful that Clark introduced us together, and he
Yes,
really said like we can really get along. And we did, and we're here. We've been doing this, and I feel like even though you're in Australia, I'm here in Tokyo. Even though it's not that far, I feel like we're close. We can just like
correct,
you
correct.
know
Yes.
the power. This is
And
what I
this is
love
one
about the
of the
power.
reason, yeah, this is one of the reasons why I love technology.
I was just gonna say that
We
too.
found each
The
other.
power,
Yes,
the power of technology.
yes. See, Clark says you both will click, and see, great minds think
Think
alike.
alike.
See what I mean? Yes. Clark knows a
Exactly.
lot about trans women. I tell you, that's why he can tell both of us would click.
I know, and we also need a lot of Clark in
We need more
in
Clarks. Yes,
yeah, we need because he's like what it's the same with Caroline Tula's husband named David. He like he didn't care about anyone because he thinks
yes,
Tula is a woman to him.
yes, yes,
You
yes.
know,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
like some questions like when he asked him like is it the same as the moon? It's
Oh
so
my God!
crazy.
Oh my God! Yes, I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Yes. If you are
and
with someone that you love, everything will feel good. Everything will feel right because there's love there.
exactly.
Like how I spoke to you before. I asked you, was your first time painful? And you said your first time made it so much better because you are with someone that you love. It's the same
Mm,
thing. It's the same thing. When he explained about that to her, it automatically reminded me of when you explained to me about you have your partner that loves you. He cares, he
mm,
took his
mm,
time, and he was gentle, and he was affectionate, and he was there for you. It's the same thing. It's all about love. Love conquers all. Love makes you accept everything. Love makes
mm.
it okay. And then Shirley
Okay.
asks, because Shirley doesn't love her. Shirley's not in a relationship with her. That's why she asks, oh, is it the same like us? The real vaginas and the fake vaginas. Excuse me. Excuse me. Who are you? Yes.
Yeah, I also think back then is um, all these TV shows are just they just want her for the rating, right, of the show. They
Yes.
only care of the ratings. And but
Yes.
what I love about Tula, she used that as a power of her voice to speak
Yeah.
out and to educate everyone. And that's what we're still trying to do. It might be different before, but still we are still educating people, and I hope this in the next, hopefully not even 10 years, that we're not going to do this anymore, right? I want.
No. No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no. We still will. We still will. Sorry.
mm, mm,
We still
yeah.
will. The reason why I'm saying that is because this year, Mardi Gras, right? During the Mardi Gras month, Mardi Gras is always 1 month. So Mardi Gras month starts 1 month before the parade. So the parade is the closing ceremony of the whole month of Mardi Gras. Within that month, 2 weeks before the parade, a gay person was attacked there in Surrey Hills. Surrey Hills is the area where there's so many um, LGBT people live in that area because it's right in the city. It's near Oxford Street. Oxford Street is the gay street. Lots of gay clubs, lots of gay cafes, gay restaurants. A gay person was bashed there in that whole area, and that's an LGBT area, and they still get bashed. Imagine that in this day and age right now,
mm.
that is still happening. You think it's gonna happen within 10 years? Everyone's gonna be cool with trans? Girl, you're dreaming. It's not gonna happen. This
mm,
advocacy will keep going for years and years and years because we are
mm,
still going to be the taboo of the society, unfortunately. So we have to make the best out of what we can to survive.
Mm. Yeah, that could, yeah, but yeah, all we have is hope, right? And
Correct.
I think also just to share, like what you said, like we need to do more, educate more, and share how we feel. I think that's really important because
But
back then, mm, mm, mm,
if you are a celebrity, it
mm,
makes difference. It makes a whole lot of difference. If you're a
mm,
celebrity, if you're trans or a drag queen or gay, but if you are a massive celebrity, your life will be fine
mm,
because you are a celebrity. People will want you because you are a celebrity. Your
mm,
trans is number two reason. Now, the first
mm,
reason will be because you are a celebrity. That's why they want to, they will support you, they will want you because you are a celebrity. You are a celebrity first before you are a trans person. If you are a trans person first, nobody will care. But if you become viral, you become famous, everybody would want you. And they don't want you because you're trans. They want you because you are famous. The fame, social media wants fame, anything viral. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But it's not because you are trans. But hopefully, those celebrities that are trans, hopefully they will use their platform to help educate,
exactly.
you
Mm,
know?
mm,
Keep
exactly.
continue educating. They have to continue. They cannot just do it once or twice and then don't worry about it. No, it's not going to change overnight. We have to keep doing it. And we are
Mm,
the everyday people like you and me. We're the everyday trans. We're not celebrity trans. We're just everyday people and we are here doing our part too. You know?
mm, I love it. Yes, girl.
Yes,
Yes.
girl.
Love it. Yeah. So, I think we had a great conversation again today, Darlene.
We have, yes. It's
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Yeah, we always manage to talk about different things because there's always
Mm,
so many things that we can discuss that involves being trans. You know, just like
mm.
even Vanessa Williams, Miss USA, because somebody outed her posing nude, she got her title got taken down from Miss USA. Vanessa Williams, the amazing singer, the most one of the
Yes,
most
I know.
beautiful singer actress. I just love her face. I just love her music videos. I've sang so many of her songs in my shows. She just so amazing. And yet this stigma about her being taken down from her title as Miss Universe will always be there forever. So I guess we have to use that, change it, the narrative, to promote positivity from that. That's the only way you can do it. Do you know?
Mm. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah, so true.
Yes. And the recent Miss Universe actually acknowledged her, brought her back to Miss Universe. Do you know? Yes, they acknowledged her because they don't want to have nothing to do with her for so long. And then a few years ago, they acknowledged her back. That was in
Mm,
the past,
mm,
and you've done
mm.
so many great things. You are now an icon. You are a wonderful human being. You have a family. You've got children. You are doing so great. Then I think it's rightfully that she should be acknowledged. She was Miss USA back then. That's so nice of the Miss Universe company to acknowledge that. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's time for the Super Bowls to acknowledge Janet and to have her back to do the halftime
Yes,
show.
they
Right?
should.
Yeah,
They
because she's my
should.
idol. I love her so
Oh my
much.
gosh, me
Yes, she is my idol. I met her. I was on stage with her in 1995.
too.
I
Wow.
yes, I was shocked. She's only my height and my build,
She's
the
not sure.
same.
Mm,
Yes,
mm,
and
mm,
she
mm,
was so
mm.
wonderful and just she's my idol. She is just my idol big time. I think the only way to repair that relationship with Janet and the Super Bowl, they should bring her back to do her own halftime show. That shows that you forgive. That was the mistake, that was the past. Just stop being backdated and kept thinking about that. Let's just move forward and just do something positive. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. Um, that halftime show is probably, it's not even her show, right? I think it was Justin Timberlake.
No, it's her show. She decided to
Oh, it was her
feature
show.
Justin Timberlake. Yes. And did you
Ah,
know
okay.
that because of her halftime show,
Uh-huh.
YouTube was born?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. And did you also know during that
Uh-huh.
halftime show, Victoria's Secrets did not do that year? The fashion show, they
No,
did not do it
I
that
didn't
year.
know. Oh, there was one year.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one year that they didn't do it. Yeah.
That is the because of the Janet Nipplegate situation. They did not do the Victoria's Secret fashion
Oh.
show because of that. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that had affected so many people's lives. So much entertainment business is affected by that. The only way for me, I think, to recover from that is to have her perform a halftime show now because she's an icon. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, she
Yes, of
deserves to
course.
be up there again. If you can bring Justin Timberlake back when he's the one that pulled the thing, why can't you have Janet back? Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. I agree. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love this conversation. And since you mentioned Janet, I was playing it earlier. I think it's a great way to end our conversations with Janet Jackson.
Are you sure you want to play that song?
Yeah, we can play her music. But before we end this conversation, Darlene, I always am grateful for your wisdoms and all your stories that you always share and your thoughts. And I'm really grateful that we were able to do this on this day of visibility of us and to share our thoughts and stories for not just for our trans sisters, but also to everyone in this world,
Yes.
right? And if
Hopefully
you
it's
have
educational.
yes, I think it is. I think it is. I learned a lot from you always. So if there's any message
Likewise,
that you,
likewise, likewise,
thank
I
you.
learned so
You
much
too.
from you too. And
Thank
I
you.
want to thank you for giving me the platform, for being able to
Mm,
communicate with you. You know, I
mm,
hope more trans sisters would want to be interviewed by you. I hope more trans sisters would want to talk to you because you are giving all the trans sisters an opportunity. You are giving trans sisters a voice for them
mm.
to speak their truth, to share their stories. You are a wonderful human being, Tiffany Rossdale, and I thank you so much for inviting me to do this with you. I totally appreciate this so much.
Oh, thank you so much. And if you have a message to anyone who is watching this, I hope there's still people watching because we don't know live stream on Facebook. What's your
Yeah,
message?
my message is do not make assumptions, ask
Mm,
questions.
yes,
I'm an
ask questions.
open book. I'm an open book. I'm one person who is always very blunt. Sometimes I have to control my bluntness. I'm too blunt sometimes. It hurts. I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm too straightforward. You can always be straightforward to me. Always
Mm,
come up to me and say, Darlene, can I ask you something? Sure. I will never say, no. What do you want to know? No, I'm not telling you no. No, I'm never like that. You ask questions. I would appreciate it more if you ask questions than to have preconceived ideas and assumptions. I really, really hate that. You want to know something about me? Ask. You want to know if I've got a dick? Ask. You want to know anything about me, about my boobs, about why I am the way I am, whatever it is that you want to know, ask question. Do not make assumption. I really, really do not appreciate that. If you see me as your friend, then you will not want to hurt me by assume. You ask questions. It's better that way. Today is a visibility day. I'm visible. I'm here. Ask away.
love it, love it. Yes, I love it. So,
What about you? What is your
mm,
message that you would like to give out on today, a special Trans Visibility Day?
um, I just want to say that have that kindness. I think what the world needs more now is kindness, and if we have that kindness, we will be able to listen, and we will be able to um, maybe the love, because I think it's all connected, right? All this kindness, um, what did I say? Kindness, being a listening, it connects to love at the end, right? If you don't love, if you don't have the love, I don't think you'll be able to do it. So um, have that kindness and understanding of anyone around you. I think is my message, and I think we now in this world that we live now, I am so grateful that we are visible. There's so many advocacy. There's so much going on our the media about us. They're talking about us. There's so much representation, and like I hope there's still more of our trans sisters that will come out and speak out and share their stories, because we all have different stories. I think by sharing it and is the way people would understand more about us, right? So yeah,
Agree.
I think that's my message for everyone on our visit. And I'm just so happy today that I was able to do this. Like really proud with
Yes,
you,
me too.
Darlene.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Maybe we can do this once a month together.
I would love that. I would definitely love that. And have like a
Yeah,
certain topic that we can discuss on.
correct. Correct.
Yes, yes.
And
Yeah,
I hope Tula watches this. We should tag
I
her or
know.
something,
I
you
will.
know?
I will. Because I love Tula. I love it. The way she did such a trailblazer for us. Like,
Correct.
amazing, amazing advocacy she did for us. And it really taught me a lot, about
Oh
how
yes.
she handled everything. So
Yes.
yeah, like
Yes.
yeah, I'm really hoping that she can watch it. I really hope that someday I can also interview her, or we can talk
Oh
to
my
her
God.
about,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
about how she is now, and like how she, because there's so much question I have that while watching
We
all
should
this,
do this video thing together with her, you and me, three of us. That will be so
Yes,
cool.
I would
Yes.
love it. I would love
Mm.
it. Darlene, happy Transgender Day of Visibility.
To you
I,
too, to all my
I,
sisters too.
yes, and to all our sisters, to everyone. And we want to end this, since you brought up Janet Jackson. I want to end up with this song that I was playing earlier, just to have like a little vibe before we end it. And thank you to Clark. Clark, thank you so much for recording and being here the whole time. To all
Yes, Clark.
to all our
Yes.
and also to all the people who's still probably watching here. We really appreciate you. We're really grateful for your support always. And listen to my podcast, Breakfast with Tiffany Show podcast, which I have also Darlene on the podcast, and I always talk um, about LGBTQ awareness and many things like issues and all that. So I will end up with this song.
I love this is one of the songs that me and Rahman,
Right?
my friend, we performed in school. We performed this song.
Oh, really?
Oh yes, we did. We know the choreography too. Yes.
Yeah, love it.
Oh
Hold
yes,
on.
we do. Oh yes, girl. I love this. This was number one back then, 1990. It was number one in 1990.
I love her. I love her. I love
Yes,
her.
I love her so much. Yes, and she supports trans. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah, she loved the trans. Yeah.
If she's ever gonna do a concert again, we should definitely go together.
Right. Oh my God.
So you standing there with a
That T-shirt, it's so stand out. I love it.
smile. Right. So this T-shirt, by the way, I had it when I had a photo shoot about, because I do DJ, right? I one of my photo shoot that I did in Guam. It was in Guam actually. I went to Guam. I had a photo shoot with this amazing photographer, an amazing hair and makeup artist, and I was wearing this Superman. I got it from here in Tokyo, and I brought it to Guam, and I did a photo shoot about this this outfit.
And did you know that Superman's name when he's on Earth is Clark?
I know, right? Well, of course,
Yeah.
Clark.
Yeah, he's our Superman. Yes.
He is. He will forever be our Superman, Clark.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, love. Thank you so much. I love you, and I hope we can definitely meet sometime soon. And I know that you're gonna have your amazing day today, because it's our day.
Have a good day. Love you too. Bye.